Duck's discovery. Duck lived on a farm with Farmer Finn. The farm was in the middle of nowhere. It stretched for miles and miles. Duck liked to know what was happening in the world. She liked seeing new things. She liked learning new things. Duck liked to think she was curious. After all, not many ducks wanted to know why the sky was blue or why stars twinkled at night. She thought life was a journey of discovery. Duck loved flying around and looking at different people and places. Duck felt that they were new things to see and learn. Farmer Finn was nothing like Duck. He was not curious. He was never wondered why the sky was blue or why stars twinkled at night. But Farmer Finn was a kind person. He took great care of animals. He talked to them sometimes. He even sang to them. All the farms in the area grew crops. Farmer Finn put a lot of effort into growing good crops, but his plants usually drooped and died. Last year, he grew rows and rows of lettuce, but they all went limp. Learning to grow. One spring morning, Farmer Finn decided to concentrate on growing new crop. He opened his cookbook. Perhaps he would be inspired to grow something new. I love eating rice, said Farmer Finn to Duck. I think I will go to grow and rows of rice. Duck was worried. She told Farmer Finn that she had seen one of her journeys. Well, said Duck, last summer I flew over to Farmer Mac's farm. I saw him in the middle of one of his fields. He was scratching his head. What was wrong? Said Farmer Finn. Farmer Mac tried to grow rice, explained Duck, but Farmer Mac was not educated about growing rice. He had to guess what to do. Farmer Finn listened carefully. Did Farmer Mac make a good guess? Said Farmer Finn. No, he didn't, replied Duck. Our summers are hot and dry. I read in the books that rice like warm and wet weather. Rice like deep water in the fields. Farmer Mac's fields aren't wet. The plant dried up and died. Oh dear, said Farmer Finn. What did Farmer Mac do? He sold his farm and moved to the city, explained Duck. Now, Farmer Finn was worried. He didn't want to move to the city. He liked being a farmer. Luckily, Duck's story gave him an idea. A journey of discovery. Farmer Finn hoped that Duck would like his idea. How would you like to go on a journey? He asked. That sounds wonderful, said Duck. What do you want me to do? I want you to fly all over the farms for miles around, explained Farmer Finn. I want you to discover which crop grows well. Duck liked the idea very much. Later that morning, she set off. She flapped her wings and waved goodbye to Farmer Finn. Good luck, Duck, he cried. Duck flew low and slow. She quickly saw which crops grew well in those parts. For mile upon mile, fields upon fields, rows upon rows, all Duck could see were corn plants. Then she saw a field of rice plants. The plants are all withered. They had dried out in the sun. The farmer was draining dying plants. Duck realized that the farmer hadn't learned from the mistakes of others. I can't wait to tell Farmer Finn what I am seeing, said Duck. What an amazing journey of discovery. Farmer Finn watched and waited for Duck to return. Before long, he heard a loud quack in the sky. Duck dived down to tell the Farmer Finn what she has discovered. Well, said Farmer Finn eagerly, which crops should we plant? There is only one crop to grow, she said, Duck. Corn is a king in these parts. Farmer Finn smiled. He just adored corn. Let's start planting them, he said. So Farmer Finn dug row after row until his back ached, while Duck used her beak to plant the corn seeds. Later in the fall, the farm animals watched as the first harvest. The corn was good and healthy, and Farmer Finn felt very satisfied. At last, his farming skills has improved. He picked some golden corns and shared it with the animals. But Duck couldn't fill up on corn. She was eager to go on another journey of discovery. She wanted to know what plant for winter.